Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday said a meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin was a matter of necessity, but accused Moscow of doing everything to defer it. According to Associated Press, speaking at a joint news conference with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron in Paris, Zelensky ridiculed Putin's recent proposal of a meeting taking place in Moscow, saying that was a guaranteed way for the meeting to not happen. Earlier in the day, Macron and other European leaders met Zelensky and the U.S. envoy for peace talks, Steve Witkoff, to discuss ways of ensuring long-term military support and continued U.S. backing for Ukraine once the conflict ends. Zelensky's office said he also held a closed-door meeting with Witkoff. Macron said after the talks that 26 of Ukraine's allies had pledged to deploy troops as a reassurance force for the war-torn country once fighting ends in the conflict with Russia. The French leader and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who lead the so-called Coalition of the Willing, have insisted that any European reassurance force in Ukraine needs the backing of the United States.
Всі партнери розуміють, що повторення Будапештського меморандуму ми не хочемо і не сприймаємо, так само, як і Мінські угоди, тому ми хочемо юридично зобов'язуючі гарантії безпеки, а значить, що потрібно, щоб вони голосували в парламентах тих чи інших країн.
Частково на нього відповіли, але все ж таки хотілося б уточнити, чи під час цієї тривалої
зустріч потрібна. Це не про бажання, а це потрібно. Ми підтримували в будь-якому форматі і трьохсторонню зустріч, і двосторонню. Я вважаю, що Росія робить все, щоб відтермінувати. Американські партнери нам передали, що Путін запросив мене в Москву. Я вважаю, що, знаєте, як коли хочеш, щоб зустрічі не було, то треба запросити мене в Москву.
І чи йшлося лише про зустріч у форматі вашу сам на сам із ним?
Тому я думаю, що Росія почала говорити про зустріч, це вже непогано, але поки що ми не бачимо їх бажання закінчення війни. А зустрічі, я вважаю, дорослі лідери з зустрічі такого рівня повинні виходити з якимось результатом. Бажано закінчення війни. Thank you so much.
In recent days, a number of successful strikes have been carried out on Russian military facilities in Crimea. Russian air defense systems have been destroyed, and more. On the eve of these attacks, reconnaissance aircraft and drones from NATO countries were on duty over Romania and the Black Sea. After the strikes, aerial reconnaissance assessed the consequences. Kreml looked into how the Ukrainian military interacts with Western intelligence services. The last week of summer, from August the 25th to the 31st, turned out to be the most explosive in annexed Crimea. Ukrainian attacks on Russian military facilities occurred every day. Their results were not immediately known, but they are impressive. On the morning of August the 26th, explosions were heard in Zankoy and Krasnogvardsky district. Smoke rose over Zankoy, and the day after the strike, an assessment of its consequences were conducted. The reconnaissance was carried out by the state-of-the-art bombardier Artemis II of the private American company Lasai Aviation LLC, which leases its aircraft to government agencies. The second reconnaissance aircraft is a U.S. Navy Boeing P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft. Its reconnaissance suite includes electronic support measures and intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities which provide comprehensive situational awareness. On August the 26th, according to monitoring channels, a Boeing E-3F Sentry airborne early warning aircraft of the French Air Force was operating over the western part of the Black Sea. And late in the evening and at night on August the 27th, explosions were heard in the area of the Saki airfield in Novofedorovka, as well as the Belbek airfield and Cape Fiolent in Sevastopol. The next day, a NATO Air Force Boeing E-3A Sentry airborne early warning and control aircraft with the call sign NATO 09 conducted reconnaissance from the airspace over Romania. According to open data, the reconnaissance range of the E-3A Sentry is 600 kilometers, which means that its zone includes Crimea to the Kerch Peninsula, part of the Sea of Azov to Genishevsk, and the territory of Melitopol by land. In addition, a strategic reconnaissance aircraft of the Royal Air Force Boeing RC-135W Rivet Joint, call sign RRR-7228, appeared over the Black Sea. This is a specialized electronic surveillance aircraft that can be used in all theaters of military operations in strategic and tactical missions. The main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine reported that on August the 28th, in the Temryuk Gulf of the Sea of Azov, fighters from the Prizraki Special Forces Unit damaged the ship's radar of a small missile ship of the Buyan M project with an air drone strike, and special forces from the Active Operations Department of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine attacked the side of this Caliber carrier. On the same day, special forces of the Active Operations Department of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense attacked the Russian 91N6E radar system from the S-400 Triumph air defense missile system. The corresponding video was published on the department's Telegram channel. On the evening of August the 29th, explosions were heard in Novofedorovka and Sevastopol. The Russian military airfields Saki and Belbek were under attack. On August the 30th, there was a lot of noise in many areas of the peninsula. Explosions were heard in Saki, Yevpatoria, Simferopol, and in the Armyansk area. A landscape fire broke out near the airfield in Novofedorovka. On August the 31st, a U.S. Air Force Northrop Grumman RQ-4B Global Hawk strategic reconnaissance drone with the call sign Fort 10 patrolled the Black Sea for about 15 hours straight. Ukrainian intelligence also said that drones attacked the Russian airbase in Vadeskoy near Simferopol. 2 Mi-8 helicopters were hit. Their estimated value is estimated at $20 to $30 million. In addition, the Buk 2190 tugboat was destroyed in the Sevastopol Bay.